aerobatic team for 2014, the Red Arrows! Now you'll see the aircraft collapse to around 6 to 8 feet away from each other. Red 1 calls them into short diamond formation. They apex this loop at a mile above us. Red 1 is squadron leader Jim Turner. It's his third and final year as the team's leader. He is a former Jaguar pilot in the Royal Air Force, but he's very experienced in the display world, having displayed the Jaguar, spent 3 years previously in the Red Arrows, including leading the synchro pair. He's also been the official advisor to the Royal Saudi Air Force's display team.
Letting it out. 4, back. Holding tight. 6. Eagle. Stop. Play.
Smoke comes on, Reds 2 and 3 acknowledge the move to Eagle. They do so with a very set cadence in their voice. The idea, on the count of 4 in their heads, the pilots extend their air brakes. And on 6, they retract their air brakes. And that enables the 3 aircraft on each wing to drop back in unison to form Eagle, ready for the Eagle roll.
Everything up. Smoke off, go. And roll.
Now watch the jets go upside down, boys and girls. The pilots can now see you. Give them a big wave. Well, when the Red Arrows formed in 1964, ready for that first season in 1965, the aircraft they flew was the Folland Gnat, and that was the advanced jet trainer in the Royal Air Force in that era. But in 1976, the Hawker Siddeley Hawk entered service with the Royal Air Force. And in 1980, the Red Arrows started using the Hawk as their aerobatic aircraft. And it's the aircraft we still use today. The Hawk is now a product of BAE Systems, and it's a very successful export aircraft. It's been sold to over 19 countries across the world and continues to impress in its new guise as an advanced jet trainer. Well, out to the front left now, Reds 4 and 5 have moved forward for another shape. This is the planned form of the Sukhoi Su-27, the Russian fighter jet. The NATO codename for the Su-27 is Flanker.
5, 6.
Well, now you're about to see a very wide shape. Reds 8 and 9 are going to move to the outside of the formation. And from Red 9's left wingtip through to Red 8's right wingtip, the formation is going to measure 100 metres or 300 feet wide. So to enable them to manoeuvre the formation as one as they fly around the sky, the pilots on the outside really have to anticipate their control inputs. So they do so by using the cadence in Red 1's voice commands. But now, with some red, white and blue, let's have a huge patriotic round of applause as they come in Phoenix.
Hello. Perfect. Right. Now. Holding the bank. Now. Smoke off. Go.
That was that cadence I was describing. But on the leader's right wing now is one of our new pilots. He's Red 2, Flight Lieutenant Stu Campbell. Stu is a former instructor on the Tucano aircraft. You saw it display just a few moments ago, and he taught basic fast jet training as well as displayed the Tucano, and operationally he flew the Tornado GR4. Out to the right now, we're in our trademark shape, ready for the diamond roll.
Easy. Up. Smoke on. Go. And roll.
Another big wave then, boys and girls. We fly our formations with the odd-numbered pilots on the left-hand side. The even-numbered pilots fly on the right-hand side. And in their 3-year tour with the team, the pilots will generally start at the front near the leader, and as their proficiency improves, they move further back. On the leader's left wing now is Red 3. He's Flight Lieutenant Joe Hurston, and Joe is the other of our first-year pilots. Joe is a former Hawk instructor and Tornado GR4 pilot. In fact, he's the only pilot on the team who's flown this version of Hawk, the Hawk T Mark 1. He's also instructed on the Royal Air Force's new advanced jet trainer, the Hawk T Mark 2. Out to the left, the smoke goes off. The boys have formed a very iconic shape. This is of the supersonic airliner, and they're going to fly the Concorde Loop.
And pulling.
Pulling up at 400 miles an hour in Concorde. Another change now as they fly into this loop. At the top of this loop, which is about 6,000 feet, you'll see the formation changes again. The aircraft have now slowed down to about 150 miles an hour. The G's backed off, and you can see now the shape of Feathered Arrow. Well, Feathered Arrow is a bit of a mouthful to say on the radio. They thought that back in the 60s. So they named this formation Fred.
Coming left now. Holding back now. Go, ready?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the first half of the Red Arrows display. You've seen all 9 aircraft fly close formation aerobatics in formation. We're now going to split down into sections of 2, 3, 4, 5 or 7 aircraft and show you some more dynamic manoeuvring. At the front of the formation are Reds 1 to 5. We call them Enid, after Enid Blyton's famous 5. Reds 6, 7, 8 and 9 at the back are known as Jippo. Jippo was the nickname of the gentleman who first led the back 4 when the Red Arrows started officially flying 9-ship displays in 1968. Well, they're going to roll out in that very wide Phoenix formation again, and it's now definitely time to get your cameras ready.
Clip on, go, and pulling. Up.
Reds 1 to 5, 8 and 9 pull up in Phoenix. Now keep your eyes on the synchro pair with their blue smoke underneath.
Right.
This is the Palm Split. With his smoke changing from blue to white on the left-hand side is Red 6. He's the leader of the synchro pair, Flight Lieutenant James McMillan. James is in his 3rd year and final year with the team. He actually grew up in New Zealand, but transferred to the Royal Air Force in 2002 and became a Hawk flying instructor and Harrier pilot. On the left, he is followed by Red 8. Looking right with the smoke on is Red 7, chased down by Red 9. These 4 aircraft are now closing at 850 miles an hour. Get your cameras ready. This is the Jippo Pass. The synchro pair are now pulling away from us at 6G, or 6 times the force of gravity. Everything in their bodies weighs 6 times more than normal. Those pilots really work hard to counter the G-force as they roll out back towards the coastline to fly the Cyclone. As the synchro pair now slingshot out to the front, you need to look to your left towards the pier for Enid.
Timing, Enid, close off, go, get down.
Enid dropped down to form an inverted V-shape. Look right towards Beachy Head. There's a lone jet. That's Red 9, who's now going to fly the Goose. Climbing steeply with a the red, white and blue stripe is Red 9. He's Flight Lieutenant Mike Child, and it's his third and final year as a Red Arrow. He is a former Hawk instructor, Hawk display pilot, and operationally he flew the Typhoon, the Royal Air Force's new multi-role combat aircraft. Enid climbs steeply to our right, but you need to look directly to the front to find the synchro pair. They pull up in line astern at 500 miles an hour and 5G. The jets reach a height of 7,000 feet. Here comes the smoke as they get ready to draw a heart. Now keep your eyes to the top left of the heart. You'll see another jet approaching who's going to add a final touch. Smoke comes on from Red 8. Red 8 is Flight Lieutenant Martin Pert. It's his third and final year. He's a former Hawk instructor and Harrier pilot. Red 6, 7 and 8 with their heart and spear. And Red 8, Martin Pert, would like me to dedicate this heart to his sister Lindsay and her partner Steve. A big hello to you all the way from Australia. Left and right again now for the synchro pair. They're about to descend to just 100 feet. They're going to perform the opposition barrel roll. The next call you'll hear is threshold from each of the pilots. That's their contract point, which means they are continuing with the manoeuvre.
Threshold. Threshold.
Now look to your right, 45 degrees, you'll see Enid are being joined by Reds 8 and 9. In fact, Red 8 has been flying around at 600 miles an hour to rejoin the formation, having just flown the spear through the heart. The smoke comes on as they are in now a 7-ship Vixen formation.
Coming. Now.
Red 1 now twist this loop towards us through 90 degrees in a quarter clover.
Holding back. Now.
Now, get your cameras ready.
Brake, go.
This is the vertical brake. Left and right again now for the synchro pair. This time, Red 6 comes from our right and Red 7 from our left. They're closing at 800 miles an hour. They're going to cross 3 times in opposing 360-degree 6G turns. Get ready now for the carousel. They're pulling 6G. They're going to cross 3 times. Now notice that the pilots at each of these 3 crosses swap their smoke colour using the individual colour control buttons on the aircraft's control column. Now drag your eyes right 45 degrees to find Enid.
Colour on go. And roll.
This shape is called Leader's Benefit, and they're going to draw a red, white and blue snake-like shape of smoke in the sky as they perform the Python.
Holding back. Now. More back. Holding. And roll.
On the far right of that Leader's Benefit shape is Red 4. He's Flight Lieutenant Ollie Parr, and he's a second-year pilot with the Red Arrows this year. He is a former Tornado GR4 pilot, but he has spent a tour instructing on the Hawk at Royal Air Force Valley on the Isle of Anglesey in North Wales, where we train our advanced flying students. The Python finishes to the left. Now look towards the pier for Jippo.
Jippo, smoke on, go! Rolling in.
Red 6 and 7 pitch up to roll upside down.
8 and 9, roll, go!
This is the corkscrew. Red 7 there working hard, flying his jet only 8 feet away from Red 6, but doing it while he's upside down. Now look left to find the 5 headlights of Enid.
Jippo, float off, go. Enid, float off, go. 2 and 3, roll.
The inside pilots perform tight match rolls to the outside of the formation in the rollbacks.
4, go!
Keep looking to the right to find Jippo.
Holding the bank now. Enid, smoke off, go! Jippo, smoke off, go! 31, 6, rolling in.
Once again, 6 and 7 upside down, 8 and 9 beneath them in the mirror pass. Let's give the synchro pair a wave as they fly past upside down. Red 6 widens the formation into a 4-ship square card formation, but now look again, right 45 degrees. Reds 1 to 4 form a 4-ship box formation. Now here he goes, Red 5 rolling around Enid a dozen times.
Right, now.
This is the twister.
Holding the bank, now tight. See?
Getting very dizzy with his red smoke on now is Red 5, Flight Lieutenant Steve Morris. Steve is a second-year pilot with the team. He is a former Hawk instructor, and operationally he's flown both the Harrier GR9 and the Tornado GR4 before joining the team last year. Look directly to the front now to find the 4 jets of Jippo.
Jippo, smoke on, go!
Reds 8 and 9 pitch up to roll around 6 and 7. Cameras ready for the Jippo break. With his smoke changing from blue to white on the right-hand side is Red 7. He's synchro number 2, Flight Lieutenant Mark Lawson. Mark is a second-year pilot with the team. His background is solely on the Tornado GR4, where he spent 3 tours flying over Iraq, Afghanistan and Libya and became a qualified weapons instructor. The synchro pair are now perched at around 2,000 feet. They start their descent to 100 feet above the sea for their final manoeuvre, the double rolls. Ladies and gentlemen, please a massive round of applause for the fantastic synchro pair. Now look directly to the front where you'll see Enid are being joined by Reds 8 and 9 for the display's finale.
No problem. Go.
Red 9 forms back into 7-ship Vixen formation. Cameras ready. This is the Vixen break.
Break, go.
You've been watching the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team, the Red Arrows! Red 2 puts his smoke on. He's going to get all the other 8 aircraft visuals so that they can join back into a 9 ship to recover back to Biggin Hill Airport, where our team of Blues will service the jets ready for our display tomorrow here at Airbourne. You can see now Red 6 flying over Beachy Head to rejoin. Red 7 comes in, and they're going to get all 9 jets back together. If you'd like to find out more about the team, please visit our website, which is raf.mod.uk/Reds, or on Facebook, we're RAF Red Arrows, and on Twitter, we are at RAF Red Arrows. But Red 1 is going to give us a nice little treat before they head off, because they've got to come back this way anyway. He's going to give us one final fly pass in from our right-hand side in just a couple of minutes' time. Normally we would fly a fly pass like this in big battle formation, which is a big V shape with all 9 jets smoking. But since Red 1 is in a non-smoking aircraft, then we will do this in diamond formation. Incidentally, back in the 60s and 70s when the team flew the Gnat, they had aircraft that didn't have a smoking capability, and they called those aircraft tin ships. So now we can say that Red 1 is flying a tin ship this afternoon. You can see them out to the front right, 45, forming a diamond. They're going to come in from the Beachy Head end in just a couple of minutes. What you'll see, though, is the pilots have their air brakes extended. For these fly pasts, we try to extend our air brakes where we have the fuel that allows it. The air brake is a big panel that hangs down at the back of the jet, and we put that out to create drag to slow the aircraft down. A secondary effect of having the air brake out is that we need to have a much higher power setting to maintain speed. And that higher power setting gives us a really deep colour in our red and blue smoke. The smoke we use is produced by just injecting regular diesel fuel into the aircraft's 400-degree engine exhaust, and that makes it vaporise. The white smoke is pure diesel, and to get the red and blue, we add a dye to the diesel, and we can carry 5 minutes of white smoke and a minute each of red and blue in each jet. So you can see them coming in now, back towards us. There'll be just another few seconds or so. What I'd like everyone down here on the promenade to do is, when they come and fly past, it's your turn to perform. I need to hear the biggest clap and cheer you could possibly give, and I'm going to hold my left hand up with the radio in it, and I'm going to press the transmit button so that the pilots can hear how much you hopefully enjoy the display. But did you enjoy the display? Okay, these radios are pretty old. They're from the 60s, I think. They won't hear if you're that quiet, so you need to be a lot louder. So next time, at least twice as loud, please. In diamond now, from the right, you'll see the white smoke come on. When the red, white and blue happens, please, the biggest clap and cheer, as here they are. It's the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team, the Red Arrows. So the white smoke comes on, then he turns the smoke off. They're going to fly back to Biggin Hill, which will take around 4 minutes or so, and then they're going to land. And then if you want to come and meet the pilots, they're actually coming back into Eastbourne to meet all of you wonderful people this afternoon. They'll be arriving at the Red Arrows tent, which is the red and blue igloos in the Royal Air Force Village, at around 3:30. So please form an orderly queue. We'll give you some posters and brochures that you can then collect. All of the 9 display pilots and myself, if you would like our signatures, please, then come and meet us. Another mention I've got to make today is that from our home base of Royal Air Force Scampton in Lincolnshire, we have an air traffic control unit there. One of the air traffic controllers there is Flight Lieutenant John Merriman. John has been working with the Red Arrows for about 21 years. He actually retired on Friday, so I'd like to say a big hello to John. He has retired after 48 years of uniformed Royal Air Force service. So, John, I know you're here today. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything, and we wish you the very best of luck in everything you do. Ladies and gentlemen, the other thing we do have are limited edition squadron prints. These are hand-drawn prints and they've been hand-signed by all of the pilots in the Red Arrows. If you'd like to buy one, please visit the Royal Air Forces Association tent or the Red Arrows tent. They're £10 and they support the Royal Air Forces Association. That's enough of a sales pitch from me. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching and for listening. Enjoy the beautiful sunshine. Please put some sun cream on. I wish you all the very best on behalf of the Royal Air Force and from everybody at the Red Arrows.
Well, very well done indeed, and grateful thanks to Squadron Leader Mike Ling there for an outstanding presentation and really superb flying, as you would expect from the premier team in perhaps the world. But there we are, more of that anon, and you can see them again if you're staying down in Eastbourne at 12 o'clock tomorrow, Sunday the 4th day. But as promised, they will be choppered back in, landing on the school lawns in about an hour or so's time, and then hopefully in the tent for all your signatures and in the marquees just behind us on the western lawns. Well, we're just going to reset the whole display now, because we're going to move from high-performance jet flying to the parachuting world. Over the last couple of days, you've been entertained by the Princess of Wales Royal Regiment, an army unit, and for the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, you're going to be entertained by parachuting for the Royal Naval Raiders. Just a quick reminder though, for the rest of the afternoon, after the parachuting, we've got the Army Air Corps' fabulous Mark 7 helicopter display from Middle Wallop, then to be followed by a pair of red gnats. At 3 o'clock, the Battle of Britain Memorial flight, again always worth being on the seafront for, because of course featuring uniquely for the first air show in a very, very long time, a pair of Lancasters joined with the Canadian